Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we're looking at a beer from a brand new brewery in the UK. It is a bottle of Hadouken. It is a 7.4% ABV IPA from Tiny Rebel. There you go, see all the branding. They're based in Newport, in Wales. I've had this on cask, I've had it on keg, I had it cask at In Demand Beer Con. Then I had it on keg at a tiny little basement bar in Liverpool called Club 23, which is below below a really nice looking restaurant. And all they sell is craft beer and bourbon cocktails. Cracking little place. So if you're in Liverpool, definitely seek that one out. Just off Hope Street. So first time in the bottle, first bottle of beer from Tiny Rebel. There's been a lot of talk about this brewery. So the beer in the glass, got a hazy, kind of golden amber, that kind of slightly peachy looking beer. Head nice, tight, thick, creamy looking, just off-white head. So let's check out the aroma. It's quite a big, dank, resinous hop. Bit of a sweetness of Maris Otter. Smells a bit like a really good version of one of my home brews. maybe a bit of Munich, maybe a bit of caramel. So that's a slight sweeter edge. There is the dank, quite resinous grapefruit. Bit of kind of pink grapefruit actually. But generally quite dank, slightly chewy malt character, very resinous. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. It's interesting, it tastes way beyond its ABV. Alcohol isn't too prevalent, but it's got that heavy, sticky, chewy, resinous note that you find in double IPAs, like 9, 10, 11%, but not as boozy, I guess. It's got a real prevalent, slightly burnt rye edge, really big, resinous, chewy hops, dank, Simcoe, Bravo, something like that. Very dry, bitter grapefruit. Once again, pink grapefruit. Very like a burnt sugar malt character. Really intense papaya note, mouldy old peach. A fragrant, pithy bitterness that is kind of lingering around. Once again, grapefruit, pith of an orange, bitter lemon. It is quite a bitter beer. But in contrast to one I had earlier, much fresher, much more clean, cutting. To be honest, this is the best I've had this beer tasted. There's been I've had a couple of issues with the draft version, maybe a hint of diacetyl, but this is nothing at all there. Maybe because that bitterness is so big and ramped up, but nicely done, nicely done. I'd be fascinated to find out what kind of yeast they're using. Something tells me they're using a dried yeast strain, because there's a quality to the finish, not finish of the mouthfeel or the flavour, just the finish, like the sheen on a lovely kind of oak table or a really nicely polished car or something. It's just missing that little bit of quality. And I wouldn't be surprised if they haven't sourced a really nice yeast strain. Don't know. I mean, get to Brew Lab, get to maybe even just start off with a good White Labs strain and work from there. But for me, speaking of something like SO5, sorry, USO5. That's from my experience of that yeast as a home brewer. A lot of breweries use that. Don't let me take away from that, but I think it's just that certain quality that's missing. But very nice and better, as a really that little bit better than the draft was. So that is Hadouken from Tiny Rebel in Newport, 7.4% IPA. Very nice. Try them out, definitely. I've got pretty much the full range that's available at the moment. I know a couple of shops are selling them, but if you want to buy them online, get online from Ales by Mail. They're the main people selling at the moment. The price is really good. I think that might be the most expensive one maybe, but they're roughly about $2.50, and that's really good value, and that's a really positive step for the British craft beer scene. Doesn't need to be expensive to be good. So yeah, Hadouken, not bad at all. I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.